Hey everyone, CPO here, and in this video I'm installing the motor, transmission, and transfer case skid plates from rock hard 4x4 into overclocked. Alright, so here are the skids. This is the motor, transmission, and then this is the transfer case skid. I'm installing them together in the same video because they sort of use common mounting points here in the middle. They overlap, and the motor transmission skid overlaps the transfer case skid so that you've got a smooth transition. You don't get hung up, I guess unless you're driving backwards, which I guess is possible. So you can install these independently of the other. Just know that, you know, if you're going to do them together, you want to set the transfer case skid in place first with these rear two bolts, and then install the front of your motor mount brackets for the motor skid, and then that way you can do those four just once. You don't have to do them twice because you're doing them together. Anyway, let's do it. All right guys, as I'm setting this transfer case skid into place, there is one thing I wanted to cover that was a little confusing to me, and I searched around and not a lot of people explicitly talked about this that I could find in any of the install videos. But on the transfer case skid, you've got this bracket here that's going to bolt here. It's going to go between the rock hard fuel skid and the factory skid. So I haven't put it into place yet. I just set it up in there, and all I did is use one of these bolts just to sort of hold the weight, the front half of this skid. That way I could sort of just manipulate this. And what I'm doing, it's a little bit of a tight fit, but once I get it sort of stabbed in there where it's going to go, I'm going to go to the other side and tap it with a hammer to hopefully close that up right there. So let me grab a hammer and you can watch and see if it works. All right, now I can start that bolt. This is the bolt that comes with the rock hard 4x4 skids. It's a 3/4 inch 19 millimeter. Boom. All right, so now you can see how that rock hard 4x4 skid assembly sort of goes together. But what I wanted to show here is how that bolt head is going to be protected inside that little cavity, because that cross member piece goes in between the fuel tank factory skid and the aftermarket skid. All right, now I can come onto this side and start this black bolt here. And just a few threads to hold it in place. And now we can focus on these mounts that go on the motor mount. So this is going to be the driver's side, the one with the bend in the middle. Short side goes to the motor mount bracket. And then this is going to be the passenger side, and it's going to go just like that and allow for bolting to the front here of this engine skid. All right guys, so I have everything sort of test fit in place. I haven't really tightened down these bolts yet, but that's coming next actually. I did want to show you, by the way, these rock dome washers are more solid than I thought. I don't know what I thought these were made out of, but I think they're steel. I'm not really sure, but they're definitely going to protect those bolt heads. I did get my little cross piece in here between the fuel tank skid and the transfer case skid. You can see the door here for changing your oil. Lots of room under there. And actually quite a bit of clearance in here for the Fumoto valve and all that stuff. So one other thing I want to talk about, it's kind of hard to show you on the video, but my exhaust cross pipe runs right through here. And when I tighten these down, I just want to make sure that that's not hitting. If you are running an exhaust spacer, that might be the case. I'm not running an exhaust spacer. I've taken mine out, and mine sits above the level of the cross member for the transmission, so I think it's fine. If you need to, they have a spacer that comes in the kit, and you can get more spacers if you need them. But it's easy when you bolt this thing up just to look in there and see if your exhaust is hitting. You don't want that hitting. And then finally, you can see here, this is the passenger side. Bracket connects to the motor mount. It connects to the forwardmost hole in the motor mount, and on the driver's side, it connects to the rear hole in the motor mount. Originally, I was thinking about putting the brackets on the outside. It's a cleaner look on the inside, and I'm not sure, you know, they mentioned in the manual that it goes, the bracket slips inside, but if you need the clearance for your suspension, you can move it to the outside. I'm just not sure yet what the impact of that is, and you know, whether or not I'm going to need it. So for now, I'm going to do them brackets on the inside, and there's a look kind of at the driver's side. So anyway, I'm going to go tighten all these things down, and then yeah, I should be done. All right guys, that's it. That completes the install of my rock hard 4x4 skid system. The fuel tank, the evap, the transfer case, and the engine and transmission skid. And I had no issues tightening everything up. Everything went smoothly, plenty of room for my exhaust. And now I'm ready to go do some sliding. So anyway guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.